This video introduces the Helyx ODC routing pilot components, including an ODC API routing service and a QGIS client. Firstly, we will obtain the URL to our routing API service and enter this into our QGIS client plugin. This will open the input window to populate our routing parameters. Within our test area, we will create a route from the National Cathedral to the Washington Monument. The available inputs on the right are determined by conformance classes exposed by our routing API service. Here you can see when we change the routing engine of choice, the other input parameters automatically change to reflect the supported parameters for the chosen engine. When ready, the request is sent to the API, which sends the request to the chosen engine. Once the engine has processed the route, it is returned to the API, which returns it to the client. Here are two other routes created using different routing engines. The routes are returned to the client in GeoJSON format, which conforms the pilot's routing exchange model. The differences between the routes indicates variations in the routing engines and their associated network datasets. Engines have differing methods for snapping the chosen start and endpoint to the routing network datasets. In addition, methods for handling roundabouts and road types also vary. The user can change the symbology template behind the plugin or disable the template to create random symbologies per route if desired. Now we will use a different participant's API to show the creation of a route using a different API and a different participant engine. We will change a few of our input types and choose a different start and endpoint for this route. The processing time varies in this case. The engine is optimized for functionality rather than performance. This demonstrates both services use the same routing API specification, which the client can interface with. When using the Here engine, a route can be created across the entirety of North America. To do this, we will change back to the Helyx service. The Here API does not expose datasets or algorithms, and so the client does not provide them as an option. For a method of execution, we will use server-sent events to handle the large GeoJSON payload. The client can also be used to fetch existing routes created previously, which are now stored on the server at the routes endpoint. We will ensure we have the most up-to-date list of routes using the refresh button. Now we will choose a previously made route that spans Europe. This route was also created using the Here engine. As you can see, this route includes a number of intermediate waypoints dotted throughout Europe. In addition to online routing, the client has offline routing capabilities using the freely available open source routing engine. This can be used to create a route anywhere in the world which is covered by OSM data. In our case, we will make a route through Syria. This offline route also conforms to the route exchange model. This concludes our presentation. Further functionality includes exporting routes as GeoPackages to share with other users, using QGIS to read route instructions in the attribute table, and interfacing with an alternate WPS API.